Hello, folks, and welcome to Van Anda Aviation, and welcome here as an instructor. I am here to kind of show you a little bit of the ropes of what's going on and how to create your customer accounts for your students and how to overall help your students out as far as the Van Anda Aviation and in our roles with the aircraft and everything. So, what I first want to get into is how to build an account for your students. And this is going to be very important for you as an instructor to be able to do this. And because this is how we would end up billing your students so that you can charge your students your price and then the students can pay for the airplane. What we don't want to do is have the instructor collecting the money from the student and the instructor paying for the airplane themselves. And the reason behind that is if a student, for whatever reason, decides he's not going to pay, we would end up going after the instructor and not the student. Now, if the student has his or her own account and they decided not to pay, then we would just realistically just go after the student for that. We may call you as an instructor and say, "Hey, do you know what's going on?" But we're not going to try to charge you for the money. So, anyways, so let's go ahead and dive on in here, and so I can show you what's happening. So you can use any web browser for this. I generally prefer uh, Google Chrome. That's just a preference thing. So you can go to vaaviation.com or you can go to easyairplanerental.com. So here we go. Either way, it goes back to the same website. So in order for us to create an account, you first have to log in yourself as an instructor. So in order to log in, you just go over to customers, go down to customer accounts, and then we will put in your login information. And here you go. This is what it first looks like when you first log into your account. Now, however, whenever you log into your account, I generally prefer uh, the account view, which you can always hit back to accounts, and that'll bring you to the account view. Now, as you can see, there's nothing in the account system here because there's no customers, there's nothing that's been done underneath this account. So, in order for you to create your customer account so you get a new student, what you want to do is log in underneath yourself and then you come up here to admin and then it'll bring you up here. Now, what we do ask is that you have a realistic username because this username is what's going to come up on the time card sheet. And then that's how we're going to be able to figure out who it belongs to. So if you put Jester's a clown as a username, then we have no idea who Jester's a clown is. We have to have a way to be able to backtrack that. So what we want to do is you will say you got a new customer and the name is Jane Doe. So we'll make it Deborah Doe. So it would be DOE, and then create whatever generic password that they want. There's no password criteria. So as you can see, Deborah has got her first initial and her last name. So, and we want to make sure that you list yourself as the instructor. So let's go here, John Doe. And then we ask that you put in the full address of that student. and then the phone number. And a good email address for them. So once you get all this done, you can click submit, and then boom, Deborah Doe is now your student. So now you have the choice over here of looking at John Doe's information. You can hit go. You can go to John Doe. You can go down here. You can go to Deborah. You can see what Deborah's been doing. So this way you can keep track of what your students are actually doing. And this makes things really, really nice. So what I also want to do is show you back at our website the time card system. Now, whenever you get in and out of an airplane, you'll be doing the time card system. We do not recommend that you do the time card system from the FBO, but we do recommend that people do the time card from their telephone. And this way that if it saves the password, it's not nearly as big of a deal. So let's go, John Doe, and it's actually going to be the exact same login and password. You can see that Remember Me's there. It's going to be actually the same login and password as what the account system is. So you can go to John Doe and say that you flew with your student. Your student can go in here, and we encourage you to have your student do this, because after your student finishes their certificate, they'll know how to go in and enter the time card system themselves. So let's say you did a flight with Deborah in 170 Alpha Tango here. What you'll do is you'll get in the airplane, you'll verify that the Hobbs here is actually the Hobbs that is reading on the dashboard. And if there is a problem with the Hobbs, you can always go in here. You can delete this out and put whatever is correct in there. So we'll say we verify that 2024.2 is correct, and we'll just hit next. And then after hitting next, you finish the flight, and we'll say it's 2025.2. And we'll just give it 1 full hour. And then look, you can actually dock this to your student if this belongs to your student and not you. So we will go in here for Deborah Doe. We'll say that you flew 1 hour with her, and then you can click log flight, and then boom, it goes to her. Now, whenever your student wants to pay, this will look exactly the same for your student. So say she wants to pay, she can hit pay now, and this will take her to a payment page. So they can pay with a card, or they can log into PayPal and take care of that payment whenever they would like to. So now we go back into the account. We can look at Deborah, and boom, there we go. You can see that it shows up in her account. Her payoff balance is $130. And if she wanted to buy a block, she can also go in here and buy her block time through the time card system. If she's not able to pay at the airplane through her phone for whatever reason that would be for, she can always come back into here later into the account part to pay her bill. She can do it from home. She can do it from wherever she would like, he or she. So now that we have covered the time card system and the customer accounts, and oh, by the way, as far as the time card system, we ask you to never put your time into the account system, just the time card system. That's only where the times go. It automatically updates the account. So looking at the renter schedule here is very important. Now, you do not have a login to the schedule. And the reason for that is we want to be able to be notified every time somebody schedules something, so that we can identify that if this person is has been checked out with this, and also to make sure it's not a spammer, somebody that just randomly schedules stuff for advertisement or whatever their purpose is. So whenever you do schedule something, it comes to us for approval. We go and approve it. Generally, it takes a few minutes for that process to come through, but we do try to get to it as quickly as we possibly can. So, as you can see, we do have almost every single color of the rainbow that is on here. We have 12 different airplanes, and these are all color coded for the airplane. So, say that you want to schedule something, but you see all these colors, and you don't and it gets a little confusing. So what you can do is, let's go in here and see what's going on with Bravo Golf. And then boom, this will bring up Bravo Golf schedule only. So we can say, hey, we can fly at 5 p.m. So we just go in here and then go down to 5 p.m. And then we'll say for 30 minutes. And then we can type in and then we'll say it was Bravo Golf. Come down here. You can also put a description in here, and we also recommend that you put your email address in here. And the reason for that is if we ever need to make a change to it, we have a direct way of contacting you. Plus, it will email you and tell you when a change has been made. So after clicking submit, you'll go here, and then as you can see, it doesn't show up. So now what happens is I get an email that says, hey, somebody tried to schedule it. Then I'll go in here, click on here, modify it, and I'll approve it. And then once we do that, it shows up in the schedule at that point. So I'll go ahead and delete that now. And also for deleting reservations, the best way to get rid of a reservation is to contact us directly. You can either email us at brandon@vaaviation.com or info@vaaviation.com. Another way of getting in touch with us is come over here to the regular website, hit contact us, and then under messages, you can put in, hey, please delete my reservation. Please tell us what the date and time and aircraft is so that we'll be able to trace that down and get that fixed up for you. All right. So now also we have the rental agreement. So if you, on our website, if you go to resources, rental agreement, and then it gives you the PDF right here of the rental agreement. Anytime that the rental agreement is updated, we will repost the new revision onto the rental agreement here. So I do ask you as an instructor, whenever you do have a new student or a new customer that's coming in, do have them fill out this rental agreement, have them initial the bottom of each page. Each page has an initial line. Have them sign it, and then you witness it as an instructor. And also, we ask that you do make a photocopy of a photo ID, pilot certificate, medical, and renter's insurance if they have it. And once you get all that together, just scan it in and send it to me, or you can also leave it at the desk somewhere, put my name on it, and just shoot me a text message, let me know, and I can pick it up at my earliest convenience. So also we have more resources. We have a place for students to research, get their renter's insurance, place for students to check weather. That just takes you to aviationweather.gov, the AOPA website. We do encourage AOPA. FA study guides. This is nice. It'll take the students get different handbooks like the pilot operating pilot's handbook of aeronautical knowledge, and and systems for pilots, things like that, and advanced avionics, so forth and so on. So that has a wealth of information as well and helps save the student just a little bit of money too. And then you have a direct link here for the IACRA 8710 and also FA medical for them to go find an examiner or get their medical certificate and things like that done. So that's about all I have for you, and I appreciate you watching. And at any time, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach me directly at brandon@vaaviation.com, or you can just give us a call. It'll be 407-886-8777, or you can reach me on my cell phone, which is 407-487-4747. And I do appreciate you watching.